Well, this is part of my journey. I'm back home, but I'm still hurting, trying to avoid going back to the hospital because I don't want to be in there. But I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and it's like taking a toll on my body. Like, but this is part of it. This is part of my illness. Some days are way better than others. And today's and this past week has not been one of those. I've truly been sick. But I still got faith that I'm healed. I still got faith that I'm gonna be okay. It's just a hard time right now. I'm laying down, trying to gain my strength. But I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I don't want to take no medicine because I'm so tired of being on medicine. But I guess I quote a scripture and just keep quoting it so I can know that I'm healed and that this battle is not mine. And I can believe that when I get better. But since I'm up, I guess I will continue my story. It's not a story, my journey. Why I'm sitting up here aching in pain, scared to take medicine because I'm so tired of sleeping. I've been sleeping literally since I got out the hospital. Since I've been in the hospital, since I got out the hospital. I've been sleeping and taking medicine and sleeping and taking medicine just to get out of pain or the agony of the pain, trying to sleep it off. But my kids was happy to see me. So I got to see my babies. I got one sleeping in the bed with me. Probably can't see him. And I got the other one, she sleep. But I want to tell y'all about a time that I got pregnant. And this was my first baby. I was scared, but I was excited. This was when I first had my baby Levi. He was born February 25th, 2013. I was 23 years old. And I was scared because, you know, as I say, the doctors told me I should never have kids. And this was my first baby. So that pregnancy turned out to be a good pregnancy. I was happy. I was taken care of. I was comfortable with that baby. And then I had Carter. I got pregnant with Carter. Excuse me. I got pregnant with Carter in 2016. Well, I had him 2016, so I got pregnant 2000 into 2015. And that pregnancy was hard. That pregnancy was very hard. I'll never forget the day I was laying up in the bed. I have been so sick with Carter. Like I was always in the hospital. I was always hurting. It was just it was just a bad pregnancy. It was a bad and it was horrible. Like it was so much on my body. And I'll never forget the day all my family came and surrounded me in the hospital. And I told them that I loved them and that I was tired. Yeah, I was pregnant. I told them I was tired and that I was ready to go because during this pregnancy, my doctors told me I was at high risk and it was a chance of me passing or my baby passing. And I had made up my mind that I didn't want my baby to pass, but I was ready to go. And at that time, I was hurting so bad. I was in so much pain. Like I was just hurting that I was just ready to get out of pain. Like nothing, it's nothing they could did. Nothing else they could have did for me, especially while pregnant. And I gave my mama a hug. She cried. My brother cried. My grandma, my uncle, and them came up. I gave everybody a hug. While I was in the bed, they came and see me. Levi daddy, Mike, he came up there and see me. And I told him that I loved them and that I was ready to go. That I'm tired. Like my body's tired. And I saw it in my mama's face. She was so hurt. Like she wasn't ready for me to go. But excuse me, y'all. I know I'm serious. Y'all just don't know what I've been through. But I saw it in my mama's face. She was hurting that she wasn't ready for me to go. It's just when you going through so much pain and you always in the hospital and doctors keep telling you there's nothing else they can do for you. There's nothing else they can do for you. And you get discouraged and you just want to give up because me, I feel like, man, like I'm tired. Like my body is tired. Like I'm mentally drained. Like I'm tired of going to the hospital and staying days and weeks at a time. And I'm tired of being doped up on medicine all the time. I'm tired of having to be laid up and drowsy and drugged up just to get out of a little pain. Like at the time I was just tired. I was exhausted and I was ready to go. Like I was ready. In my mind, I was ready to go. I was ready to go. I was just exhausted and I was tired. And I felt like my mama had my babies. So they would be okay. I knew they would be okay. And I knew they would be okay because my mama had them. So I knew if I was to leave while delivering Carter, that my mama had them. I knew that. And I was proud of her because I knew that she would take care of my babies. And they prayed for me. My grandma prayed. Everybody sat around, loved on me. And I cried because I knew right then and there that it was time for me to go. I felt like it was time for me to go. My mama and my uncle and them, they said no. My grandma and them said no, it's not time for you to go. It's not time yet. Even though I was ready to, they wasn't ready for me to. So Fast forward, it's time for me to have Carter. I get induced. I'm pushing. I'm losing my breath though. I'm feeling like I couldn't make it while I was pushing Carter out. I was getting tired. My body was exhausted. They induced me, so I had him early. But I was pushing, and after the third push, I kind of gave up. I gave up, and I was just like, I can't do it. Like, I was so overwhelmed with being sick and being in the hospital and drugged up. I kind of gave up. Like, my body kind of just let go. And that's when I heard my mom on them, and my mama was like, come on, baby, you can do it. Don't give up. Push, Brittany. He almost here. And I kind of looked at her. I opened my eyes because my eyes was closed. I opened my eyes and I seen her by my side. And that's when I was like, okay. So I pushed again. And I pushed again. He came. Carter finally came. And once he came, I kind of released. Like, I let my body go. I just laid there. I laid there so exhausted. That pregnancy was one of my very hardest pregnancies ever. And I was just so scared. And that's when God kind of came to me and was like, it's not your time. Even though you're tired, you have to keep fighting. It's not your time. And even though I wanted to go, even though I was tired and I was ready to just give up, he showed me my little boy. And he was like, you have young men, soldiers in here that you have to stay here for. Like, they need you. And my babies love me. And people would think Carter don't love me. Carter is my closest child to me. And after I had him, I was okay. And me and Carter have a bond that's crazy. Because that's my child. Like, he acts like me. He acts like his daddy, but me and him have a bond that nobody can break, even if they try. That's like me and Levi. That's my first baby. I was so happy with him. That's my ride or die right there. That's my baby. But I say that about Carter is because Carter was my hardest pregnancy. And with Carter, I wanted to give up. I wanted to give him up. I wanted to give up. I just didn't want it. But for some reason, God blessed me with him. And God blessed me and gave me the strength to deliver him. And I did. And people just don't understand how much of a blessing it is to have kids. Because I know a lot of people who can't have kids or who miscarriage every child they got pregnant with. And I never knew how big of a blessing it was until I had my own. And me, out of all people, they say should never have kids. And I have 3. And it amazes me that my body is still functioning like it is. Even with my illness and even with me being sick all the time, I still can kind of get up and be able to move and do for my kids. When I say God kept me, God has kept me in so many situations that I was amazed that he kept me. Even with me being rebellious and losing faith and not understanding what's going on and why, he still kept his arms around me and kept me safe. It's been plenty of situations where I could have just lost my life. And when I say that before I had kids, I wasn't always fighting. I was always in something. And one fight I had, it was a bad fight. Um, where it got to the point where guns and knives was pulled out. But that's why I say, like, if you don't listen to nothing I say or believe nothing, believe when you call on him, he's there. Even if you can't see him, he there. And it's been plenty of times I done broke down and cried and told God I need him. And I felt like he wasn't listening. Like today, I I've been so weak and barely getting out of bed. And head hurting, like pounding. And I asked God, just to touch my body, just to give me some strength. And it might not happen right away, but I know it's going to happen. You know, this journey of mine, it's, it's crazy and it's amazing. I'm thankful a lot of times. I'm thankful for my mother a lot of times because she's always there for me. Even when times I felt like I couldn't do it, she's there to motivate me and tell me I can. There's been plenty of times where I be sick in the hospital and I just be so sick. And I just be laying there just like lifeless, like no strength. And she be by my side, like no matter what. And sickle cell is like a blood disorder. So imagine your blood flowing all through your body, right? And then just in one spot, it stopped flowing. And it causes so much pain. Pain where you can't walk. Pain where you can't move your legs. Pain where it's just unbearable pain. That's what sickle cell does to me. It causes pain in different areas of my body. My arms, my legs, my back, my feet, my side, my chest. It causes unbearable pain, and I just never understood, you know, why. But I guess it's not for me to understand. I guess it's for me just to get through and tell my testimony about my healing. Because I'm healed. I'm healed. I'm just going through a storm right now. But I'm healed. Imagine, sleepless nights. You can't sleep. Or you have to take a lot of pills to sleep. And wake up in the middle of the night hurting still. Pills not working. And it's only so much you can take without overdosing. But when you're in so much pain, you just want to take everything. And that's how I've been feeling lately. I've just been in so much pain. And the pills that I'm taking, they not really doing nothing. They put me to sleep. So that means it takes my mind off the pain. But I wake back up in pain. But I want y'all to continue to go on this journey with me. And fight this journey with me. If you're a praying person and you believe in Jesus Christ, then just pray for me. I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me. Just pray for my healing. And Till next time, this is my journey. Good night.